I mean, I don't really know how else to put it, but like, I'm gay, and Austin is too, and we just wanted to like call and tell you.
I just don't really know what to say. You know,
Right.
You know, I love you both. You know, that'll never change.
Yeah.
That's what it is, you know. You're living your life. That's all you can do in life. Just live it.
Yeah. Right.
From Los Angeles, California, please welcome Aaron and Austin Rhodes. Okay, Aaron and Austin.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, it is such a hard thing to do. How old are y'all?
We're 19.
19.
Yeah.
It's a very, very hard thing to do, and I applaud you for having the courage to do it, and having the courage to do it, and we'll talk about why you did it this way and shared this way. But so your dad was the last one in your family that you told, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And why was it so hard to tell him?
I think growing up, our parents, my parents got divorced when we were really young. So we didn't really have that close relationship with our dad, and obviously we were closer with our mom. So coming out to her was easy. It was a lot easier.
Because you lived with her.
All the time. Yeah, we would see my dad like every other weekend.
How old were you when you came out to her?
It was after graduation, so 17.
Yeah, we were 17.
Okay.
And my dad, he works in a prison. We just thought that it just desensitized him a little bit. So we were just really, really nervous to tell our dad. So that's the reason.
Yeah, sure. And did you rehearse how you were going to do it? Was it harder than you thought, or did you change how you did it?
We had planned on like doing it just because, like, I don't know, we just knew that we were going to make a video and like we were going to come out to like YouTube just because we've been making YouTube videos for a little while, and we wanted to tell my dad personally ourselves, and like leading up to it, we thought it was just gonna be so easy. We're like, all right, like I have a really good relationship with my dad, and I was like, he's gonna take it so well. But then like right when we called him, like when he answered, like it was the scariest moment of my life, because I just, in my mind, I was like, this could potentially be the last time that we have a normal phone call like this if he takes it bad. Even though I thought he would take it so well, but in that moment,
you just never know.
Yeah, it was so
well,
scary.
Obviously, if it took that long for you to tell him 2 years after your mom, then you thought it was the end of your relationship. So you decided to share it with people for what reason?
I mean, I think we grew up in YouTube, and we were always watching YouTube.
Watching YouTube videos and everything, and I've seen so many videos online of like people coming out, and those have always inspired me. That helped me come out personally. And like honestly, like when we filmed that, it was just such a positive message. Like the reaction we got from my dad, like we were like, why wouldn't we share this and inspire other people that same way that we've been inspired through.
And you asked his permission, obviously, to say.
Well, I had flown home like the day after we'd filmed the video, and I got together with my dad that night, and I asked him, I was like, Dad, what you said, I'm so proud of, and I'm so inspired by what you said, and I think it can reach a lot of people. And out of respect for him, obviously, I asked for permission to post the video. And he said yes, and so we posted it.
And how old, I think people would be curious because you're twins and you both happen to be gay. That's not always the case. How old were you when you realized you were gay, each of you?
I don't remember like a defining moment. No. I just remember honestly just always kind of feeling that way. And like when you're younger, I mean, I would like try and like pretend like I wasn't, and like try and like go out with girls and like whatever that was. But I don't know, I've always felt like that.
I think it just comes from society. Society tells you that, okay, this is wrong. You're supposed to date girls. So Austin and I would be like, okay, well, dating girls, bringing girls home, and
like.
And who told who first? Who was the first person to tell the other?
I told Austin.
He came to me first. We went to like lunch at Panera Bread one day after work, and he's like, I have something to tell you. And we were, I think, 16 at the time, and he just like said it to me. He's like, I'm gay, and I was like, well, I mean, I'm the same way. Like, it's just like,
so you just came out to each other.
That was hard.
Yeah,
for sure.
All right, we're going to take a break, and then your dad is here, which means a lot that your dad is here. I think that's an amazing man. So we'll be back with their dad after this. Well, Rodney, I applaud you for being here, and I know this is overwhelming because it just happened last week, and it was a lot to take in for your sons to tell you that. And I think that you're an amazing father, because a lot of fathers.
Very emotional, Tom.
Yeah, yeah, it's a lot for you to take in, but I mean, that sends a very powerful message to dads out there who just want the best for their children. They just want their sons to be happy and feel proud of themselves. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. No, but it was, so when they called you, it seemed like for a while, we kind of shortened the tape, but they kind of were waiting to say something. So did you think something terrible? Were they gonna, did you say, or did you think they were gonna say that?
No, when they called, I knew they were crying, and I knew something was wrong. And as a father, you just feel that, you know, what's wrong? I could hear it coming from them, their voices. And when they told me, I just felt as though the only thing came through me is I love you both. I love you both unconditionally. You're my children. I can't undo being your father, and I don't want to be for no reason.
That is the right thing to say, is I love you both. And even if you don't fully understand it right now, and I'm sure you don't, there are ways to understand it, and time will help with that. But has it changed your relationship? Are you closer now?
Oh, yeah, I really feel like now that there's a weight off both our sides. I think that now that I feel like we can talk about anything and come to me with anything in their lives. If they're able to do that, then I was very proud of my boys doing that.
Well, I think, I think whenever someone's hiding something, whatever it is, they're not going to give you their full selves. They're not going to show you who they are, and they're going to keep, and you're not going to get to know who your sons are. And they probably were keeping themselves at a distance. So the fact that I'm sure you're going to have a close relationship, but I can't tell you how amazing it is for you to, even though I'm sure you don't completely understand it, for you to just love them and accept them. That's all they want, is for you to love them and accept them. All right. So you two, where are you living now? In Los Angeles, right?
Yeah, we live
and
in LA.
You probably need some help because you don't have a place to live yet and stuff like that. So our friends at Shutterfly want to help you out, and we're going to give you a check for $10,000 to help you. I think it's what every parent should be, is what you're being right now, which is unconditionally loving your child and supporting your child in whoever they are. I mean, there are so many parents that are just, oh, you're not going the way I imagined or wanted you to be, and freak out, and you're so loving and supportive of Zaya, and what a special child she is.
Yes, she is. Thank you so much for that. First of all, me and my wife Gabrielle Union, we are proud. When I say proud, we are proud parents of a child in the LGBTQ plus community, and we're proud allies as well. And we take our roles and our responsibility as parents very seriously. So when our child comes home with a question, when our child comes home with an issue, when our child comes home with anything, it's our job as parents to listen to that, to give them the best information that we can, the best feedback that we can. And that doesn't change because sexuality is now involved in it. So once Zaya, our 12-year-old, came home, and first Zion, everybody, I don't know if everyone knows, originally named Zion born as a boy, came home and said, hey, so I want to talk to you guys. I think going forward, I'm ready to live my truth. And I want to be referenced as she and her. I would love for you guys to call me Zaya. And so internally, now is our job to, one, go out and get information, to reach out to every relationship that we have. My wife reached out to everybody on the cast of Pose. We're just trying to figure out as much information we can to make sure that we give our child the best opportunity to be, her best self.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that it's one thing. It's one thing to have this at home, but knowing that she's going to be out in the world because you're a public figure, and even if you weren't, she's going to school, and to want to be protective and to make sure she's safe, that must be a scary thing, because it's one thing for you to love her and your wife to love her, but that must you just want everyone to love her the same way.
Exactly. And once Zion came home and said, hey, you call me Zaya and I'm ready to take on this, I looked at it and said, you are a leader. You are a leader, and it's our opportunity to allow you to be a voice. Right now, it's through us because she's 12 years old, but eventually it would be through her.
Right. Well, and Listen is an organization you're working with, and there's a lot of, if anybody else out there can relate to this and needs help, you can go to our website and we can direct you, because I'm sure there are a lot of people that just don't know what to do. So you're a great example. All right, our goal with this show is to make people happy and feel good every day. So when I got this letter from a viewer in Big Lake, Minnesota, I knew I wanted to meet him. Dear Ellen, my name is Bryden Giving. I want to tell you about my incredible mom, Michelle. We went through a tough time when I came out to her as gay in high school. We live in a small town, and she didn't know if people would accept my lifestyle. Luckily, my mom adores you and your show, and because of you, she was able to accept me for who I am, and we are now closer than ever. My mother would freak out if she could meet you. She's done so much for me. I would love to help make her dream come true. Well, come on down, you two. Thank you. All right, I'm going to put a mic on you so I can hear you, okay?
You do whatever you want.
All right. So, hi.
Hi.
Do you need a tissue or something?
Please,
Because,
thank
yeah.
you.
Well, so this is an amazing story, because all you want is acceptance from especially your family, and but that was a hard thing for you to accept when he first told you. And why do you think that was?
I think it wasn't that, it was him being gay. I was more worried about what society and, the hoops that he was going to have to go through with being gay.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, if that would help not, him get a hard time getting a job. But, regardless with this man's personality, he's going to go a long way.
Yeah, well, that's important. I think that is the parents' feel. Sometimes it is like it's not who they wanted their children to turn out to be, and it's your disappointment with yourself. But for you, it was your fear for him.
It was.
But if more people did this, then you wouldn't have to worry about him in the world, because the world would accept all of us, because we're everywhere.
I am not worried about this man at all.
It's just that a lot of people don't come out, but that's really cool. So did you struggle with, how long did you struggle before you decided to come out?
I think I knew about and struggled with it probably for a good 4 to 5 years. And the primary reason why I didn't want to just like jump out and be like, yo, friends, what's up? I'm gay as heck, but we were from a small town. It wasn't normal. I didn't have any openly gay friends. I had wonderful, warm, supportive friends, but I didn't know of anybody else that's done it before. So it's just like a very solitary thing to do.
Right.
And so it was just too scary at that point in time.
Especially if you're gay as heck.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be gay, but when you're gay as heck, it's risky. So Michelle, I know that you were most nervous about telling your dad.
Yes.
Why is that?
My dad and I, we never had a real strong relationship, and him and I have never discussed sexuality or anything like that. And so I just told Bryden to give me some time for me to tell him. And I tell you, when I did, it was so unexpected. We were sitting at the kitchen table, and I just said, Dad, I got to tell you something. I said, Bryden is gay. And he just got up from the table and came over and gave me a hug, and he's not a hugging type of person. And he just said, Michelle, I don't care if Bryden's gay. He goes, I love Bryden, and I love Ellen. I watch Ellen every day, and she's gay, so I don't care. So it was just...
Wow. That's great. Hi, Dad. What's his name?
Don.
Hi, Don. How are you? What a great man you are, Don. That's really cool. Did you understand her worry for you?
No, that's I think one of my largest regrets too, is because when I came out my senior year, it was very much like military, like acceptance, like everybody should love me, pride flag to the max, waving it around. If my family is as supportive and loving as they say they are, they should completely accept me right off the bat. And so her initial reactions were definitely, it was hard. It was very, very hard.
Well, that's amazing that both of you have come together and you're this close. That's really, it's a beautiful story. And you raised him, you were a single mom, and made a lot of sacrifices. We learned that you haven't had a real vacation, so Shutterfly wants to change that. Shutterfly wants to give you $10,000 so you can take the vacation of your life. Coming out is different for everyone. Some people tell their parents in the privacy of their own home, and some people tell them in a sold-out arena of 17,000 people with the help of Harry Styles. Take a look.
My mum is in section 201. Where is... Can we get the house lights up all the way at the top somehow? There she is. What would you like to tell your mother?
There's a lot of people.
There is a lot of people. Did you not know? Do you want to tell her or should I tell her?
Can you tell her?
I can tell you, yeah.
Okay, are you ready?
Excuse me. Lisa! She's gay!
From Antelope Valley, California, please welcome McKinley and her mom, Lisa. Hello, you two.
Hi,
How are you?
Generous.
Yes, I am. You're McKinley. Hi.
Hi.
Yes. This is a great story. I think it's
Thank
fantastic.
you.
And it happened how long ago? A couple of weeks ago.
November 3rd
Okay.
is the date that it happened.
Now that time has passed, how are you feeling about it?
Very overwhelmed, but the actual coming out of it, I feel so relaxed. I feel like authentically and true to myself. Thank you. I just feel like I probably feel the happiest I felt like in a long time. So I'm so grateful for everything that's happened.
And it's so smart to do because you go to a lot of his concerts. Now you can meet someone because they're all going to go, oh, she's available.
Yeah, that was the first thing my brother texted me. He was like, I hope your dating life gets better.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, and then I have to ask, y'all were in completely different sections, and why were you in the seats way up there and you were down next to him?
Yeah, so I knew she'd be more comfortable actually sitting down. So 2 days before the concert, I was able to actually get her a ticket, actually be able to buy her a ticket. So that's why she's in section 201 and I'm in the pit. That's
so,
why we're separate.
So it was just 2 days before that you got her. So this was not like a plan for months knowing you were going to do this. This was a last minute decision.
Yeah, it was last minute. I had come out to my siblings a couple months ago, so I knew I wanted to come out to her. It's a very weird new tradition at his shows that he's starting to help fans come out. And he says this speech, and it's at every stop. And he goes, my job for the next 90 minutes is to entertain you, but your job, it's to have the time of your life. It's to be whoever you want to be in this room, to love whoever you want to love in this room, and just have the best time of your life. So thinking about that, thinking that I got my mom a ticket, I was like, well, that must be a sign to make the sign. And that's what I did. And I had a backup sign in case I got nervous.
What was the backup sign?
It said, thank you for everything. And it had hearts everywhere. Because I didn't know if I could go through with it.
So, Lisa, and then how, that must have been, was it a surprise or did you have an idea?
Oh, no. It was a complete surprise. So when she was staying with me, she made the sign. And she asked that I not be in the same room. And so I'm up in the rafters up by the ceiling. And when I was up in the ceiling...
Sounds like a fun place for you to be.
Yes, thanks for the ticket. So when he started reading the signs, I could see on the Jumbotron the gold, and I heard him say my mom, and I knew then that he was talking to my daughter, and I'm hitting everyone around me, that's my daughter's sign, but I still at that point had no idea what she was gonna say or what it read. And then he read it.
And then it looked like you got emotional.
Yeah, so what happens at that moment, you're flooded with adrenaline and emotion, and I was very proud of her. I was very proud of her. I knew how she felt about this artist, and to share such an intimate part of her life with an entire venue.
Yeah.
I was very proud of her. I loved her. I still do. I'm sorry. I love her very much for doing that.
Less because you put her at the ceiling, but you know.
But I just, at that moment, I wanted to touch her. I wanted to touch her so much and just give her a really big hug and tell her that I supported her, but I couldn't. So I'm like, what can I do real fast to tell her that I loved her? And so that's when I blew the kisses and I sent her kisses.
Well, you're the kind of mom that every child wants, that unconditional love. That's all we want.
I just love her very much.
That's all we want, is to have the same exact love. It doesn't change anything. It's exactly, we're just being honest to the world. I got you a new sign that you're going to go tonight, right?
Yeah.
All right, I have a new sign that you're going to bring out. Here we go. Says, me again, my mom and I went on Ellen. She says hi. Other than that, no new news. That's your sign for tonight.
Thank you. What the heck? I'll hold this up high.
Also, you know, today is 12 days. It's our first day of 12 days.
Yes.
So I got 2 seats. One is down here for you. Your mom, you're way up.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Y'all are both up there. All right, we'll be back. When our next guest found out his best friend didn't have a date for prom, he decided to do something about it. And I couldn't love this story more. From Las Vegas, Nevada, please welcome Anthony and Jacob. That's your friends right there. Those are, Okay, we'll tell you the story, and this was a surprise to all of us. These schoolmates of yours got a bus and drove in from Las Vegas just to support this story. So they're amazing. So thank you all for amazing to do that. Okay, so Anthony and Jacob. So, and you have been friends, you're senior, or are you going into your senior year?
We're going into our senior year.
Okay, so you've been friends since when?
We became friends our sophomore year of high school. I was in student council my freshman year, and then he joined his sophomore year, and we kind of basically became friends then.
That's how you met?
Yes.
Okay, and you were straight, and you are gay.
Yes.
And you knew he was gay when you met him.
Yes.
And you didn't have a problem with that, you just became friends?
No, I was actually told that he had a crush on me. And at first I was like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have done it.
I have a crush on you, and I'm gay too. So you're adorable.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So, okay, so you heard he had a crush on you, and?
And so at first I was kind of scared. I was like, oh, maybe I should be friends with him. That's kind of, because I didn't support gay rights then, but I also was not against them. But it was still just kind of weird for me, because being a high school student, that is kind of weird to think about. And being a straight high school student, that's weird to think about. And Anthony actually was the reason that I began to support gay rights, because he's such a convincing person. He can convince anyone of anything. He's such a great speaker. And he convinced me that I should support this, and it's a great cause. So now I just start defending it more and more, and now look where we are.
Well, good for you. It's amazing when you know somebody, it helps change your mind, because like you said, you were scared because he had a crush on you, like there was going to be some kind of attack on you, and he just had a crush on you, which people have crushes on people all the time, and it doesn't, you know, ever go anywhere. Unfortunately for some people. So you tweeted out that you didn't have a date for prom, and so you saw that he didn't have a date, and did you have a date for prom?
Originally I did. I kind of did, not really. But then I decided against it, and we decided to go separate. And
so she knows who she is?
Oh, yeah, she knows who she is.
All right.
And so I told her to go with her friends, and I'd go with my friends, and I'd go single, which I was totally okay with that, because I'd love to hang out with my friends on prom night. Like, how could you have a better night than that? And then, so I was single, yeah.
So you knew he needed a date, and you surprised him, and this is how you found out. You walk out of class, and you see a sign in the hallway, and you find out that Jacob wants to go to prom with you.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, at first I was like, wait, why is there a sign? Why is everyone crowded over there? I'm like, I want to go over there and see who's getting asked. Like, I want to be a part of that. And then they open up the sign, and then I see it, and then all I see is Jacob with his arms wide open. I was like, that's for me.
That is amazing. That is so adorable. That, I mean... You know what? If that can't be an example for people in the world to know that we just, you know, that you have a date with your friend who you had a crush on, and he's open-minded enough to actually do this. We have teachers that drove in from Las Vegas. Your parents are in the audience. Good for you, first of all. I just want to say, I know that there are some schools out there that don't support this and wouldn't allow this to happen, and it's really a shame because prom is very important to a lot of people. And what's the name of your school?
Desert Oasis High School.
Well, good for you for actually go. That's wonderful that the teachers and the school supports that. And so you're going into your senior year, and we want to help you out because our partners at Shutterfly support your future education, and each of you are getting a check for $10,000.